7 steps for a successful interview. Hello! In this video, we are going to explain how to interview somebody. But what is an interview? An interview is a discussion on a specific topic between a journalist, who is also called interviewer, and another person, who is called interviewee. It is not just about gathering information, as you would do with a source, but something deeper. And it is one of the most common journalistic methods. So, if you want to be a good journalist, you need to be good at interviewing people. Here are the basic steps you need to follow for an interview. Step 1. Research. Find all the information you might need about the person you are going to interview or the topic you want to discuss. If the interview is about a person, let's say for example an actress, search for their biography, watch previous interviews, read news or portraits that had been written about them. If you are going to interview someone about a specific topic or an event, for example the curator of an art exhibition, you also have to gather information about the subject of the exhibition, about artists participating, etc. Most probably, a press release can give you this information. Step 2. Find the right person to interview. Trying to find the person may mean trying to contact them through any channel available. Make a phone call or send an email, always in a formal way. Don't hesitate to ask for a contact from a colleague or a friend. A journalist's most powerful weapon is their contacts. When the person you want to interview agrees for it, fix an appointment. Step 3. Getting ready for the interview. Keep in mind the aim of the interview and prepare a script of the basic questions. Here are some tips to prepare your questions. Think of what the audience would like to know. Questions should be neutral, so don't try to manipulate the answer or expressing your own opinion in them. Avoid too long or too general questions. Be clear. Avoid yes or no questions. This can give the interviewee more space for explanation. Avoid rhetorical questions or questions with obvious answers. Ask for more details than what they usually say in interviews. Avoid asking the exact same questions as your colleagues. But you can always quote part of a previous interview in order to ask for more information by stating, like you have said in previous interviews, questions that people will not expect tend to bring interesting answers. Have evidence with you in case there is something they might call into question. Also, when getting ready for the interview, remember to check your equipment. See if your recorder or camera is okay, if all batteries are charged, if you got everything you need, and you are ready. Step 4. The interview. So, time has come and you are there. First of all, introduce yourself and say for which newspaper, radio or TV station or website you are working for. Then you are ready to start with your questions. During the interview, there are some things you should keep in mind. Use your equipment properly. Keep an eye on the recorder or the camera to make sure it's okay all the time. Your script of questions is here to help you, but you are there. Be concentrated and listen to their answers. Remember, this is the only opportunity to ask whatever you need. If they mention something interesting, you can add some extra questions on the spot. Avoid asking a question if they have already given the answer. And if they say something that you disagree with, avoid starting a big conversation. Sometimes interviewees might try to avoid answering to a question by questioning you or changing the topic. If your question is not answered, try to ask again in a different way. Be careful with your body language. Look at the interviewee and show that you are interested. Also, pay attention to their body language, their voice, etc., etc. And always remember your behavior. Be kind, respectful, stay calm, and have self-control. Step 5. Time for transcription. Transcription is taking the recording of the interview and put it into written words. You just listen to the recorded interview and literally write it down. Try to do it as soon as possible after the interview. It helps a lot as you can recall important moments or reactions of the interviewee and take notes on them. Step 6. Write and edit. When you have the whole interview written in front of you, the text alone will lead you on how to handle it. For example, if the interview is short, you can write this in a form of storytelling, so that the text can be enriched and interesting. In that case, if you're going to refer at something the interviewee said, you shall put it in air quotes. Most interviews are working better as a Q&A form. Remember though that you always have to write a nice and informative introduction. When you choose how you are dealing with the interview, write and edit your text. Step 7. Publish. When the interview is published, it is a good idea to send it, if you want to the interviewee. They will probably give you a nice feedback. So, follow the steps and you will be an amazing interviewer. See you on the next video.